sexual scene together in which nothing important happens yet again, although we do get this accidentally creepy exchange.
Don't worry, we didn't hook up.
We didn't?
No. Took your clothes off to go skinny dipping. I couldn't get you to keep your clothes on, so I had to button you in backwards.
I came into your bed naked and tried to molest you, and then you made a straitjacket and a pillow fort to protect yourself from me.
Yeah?
So you needed the pillows to resist me.
Let's say I was hedging my willpower.
I'm gonna go take a shower.
You and me both, Carly. Eventually, the weekend comes to a close, and the ladies are just about to pack up and head back home when Kate has a sudden epiphany.
You know what sucks? I was thinking he should be the one freaking out, not me, because I didn't do anything, and instead he's totally fine. And I'm sitting here with the two of you, pretending not even to know you.
Oh, goody! She's finally got her brain working at last. Well, I personally think that the right thing to do at this point would be for them to confront Mark now and have Kate hire Carly as her divorce lawyer so she can finally get rid of that bastard. You know, acting like mature adults, that sort of thing.
I kind of want him to hurt. I want to be the one who makes him start a whole new life because I took it away from him.
What?
I want him to feel what I feel, but worse.
Okay, Kate, I don't blame you for wanting to hurt Mark after the way he's treated all of you, but you're an adult, so please, for the love of God, act like one. Amber, Carly, you want to talk her out of this?
You're not alone in this.
You have us.
Exactly.
They agree? Why the fuck would any reasonable human being agree with this stupid idea?
When you put the lawyer, the wife, and the boobs together, you got the perfect killing machine.
I do?
Yes.
Even the movie is self-aware about how one-dimensional these characters are, and if the movie doesn't care, then why the hell should anybody watching this care as well?
If we put our brains together,
Three of us?
the three of us can be just as shady as he can.
I'm in.
Oh boy, it's time for a wacky revenge montage! Kate spikes Mark's morning smoothies with estrogen and mixes hair removal cream into his shampoo, while Carly also adds an extra something in Mark's drink while they're on a date, which makes this happen to him.
You okay?
Something's not right.
Oh shit. I'm sorry for making you watch this. I really am. Oh, and aside from being completely mean-spirited, this whole revenge plot makes no sense. Why can't Amber and Carly work together to help Kate divorce Mark? I initially thought that was where the story was going to go because Carly works at a law firm, but this piece of information seems to be rendered completely useless at the moment. And don't tell me that Kate can't get a divorce. This is Hollywood we're talking about. Realism isn't the most important aspect of a chick flick, I know, but in the case of this movie, the escapist fun seems to be a cheap excuse for the writers to not give a shit. Still, at least this music is catchy. Amber and Carly meet up with her dad at a tie no hands bar, and we find out that Mark's been robbing money for his startup company.
Hypothetically, if I wanted to protect my money by losing it, what would I do?
What's this guy do?
He develops startup companies.
He ain't losing money, he's robbing. Tell you what you do. Look for blind offshore filings, like in Switzerland or the Bahamas.
Forget cheating on multiple women. Now we have an even bigger reason to dislike Mark. And it's such a relief that this time he's actually breaking the law, because then those hilarious pranks from earlier wouldn't be justified in reality at all.
This place is awesome. My neck was so tight. What's it called?
No hands. Isn't it great? What's this?
보남봉.
See? No hands.
Also, these random waitresses are the only other women of colour in the film aside from Lydia, and they barely get any lines throughout their one scene. So this chick flick about female empowerment depicts Asian women as being completely silent and features a sassy black woman who does nothing to advance the plot in any way, so she may as well be silent too. But just when you thought this film couldn't get more uncomfortable and problematic, this scene happens.
I don't know.
Please. Come on, you'll love Dana.
No, I'm sorry. Stop the music. Stop the fucking music. Wow. Movie. Any remote effort or attempt to salvage something happy or joyful into this already complete failure of a comedy all went down the drain the moment you made a fucking transphobic joke. As well as a possible molestation joke. It's hard to tell, but it's still pretty grossly handled. I mean, when did this movie come out? 2014? Why are you still making those kind of jokes? I mean, who's it for? Who is it actually for? Was the script so lacking in humour that having the punchline of the scene be "Ew, that's a man in a dress" was the writer's last resort, and it still made it out of the cutting room floor? This film isn't progressive, it's just doing the exact same shit that other bad comedies get criticised for, only in this case it's even more offensive because you're claiming to be a positive representation of women when you're actually making them look stupid and nasty. At this rate, even more people are going to hate female-orientated films because of this one.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
And the movie's not even over yet. So while Mark is in the shower, we get to see Kate's pranks take their effect as his hair falls out while being shampooed, and the estrogen smoothies from earlier have made his nipples bloat.
Have you ever seen shit like this?
What? Oh, yeah. You know what? It just looks like you're a little bloated.
Bloated? I have boobs!
Not that Kate seems to mind, obviously, as she and the girls get together to have a good sadistic chuckle about him behind his back.
What's wrong with him? It's like his sex drive is triple.
Non-stop, right?
I thought you said that you were giving him hormones.
I am. Enough for a pre-op transsexual.
Oh, I'm already exhausted from my previous rant, so fuck that line and fuck you, Kate.
Well, maybe one of us should just sleep with him.
Are you crazy?
No.
I am gonna do it.
If you do it, I do it.
Yeah, me too.
Fine. Rock, paper, scissors.
Amber wins. You okay with that?
It couldn't be more okay. What?
See, Kate's okay. She's just as pathetic as ever. But then Carly shows up outside her house because I don't know why she shows up. I guess that her and Kate could have a cutesy heart-to-heart about friendship or something. But uh-oh, Mark's home early. What are they gonna do?
No, there's no one under the bed. No, I can see. Go out the window.
Oh my god! Seriously, Carly just slipped out of a window and crashed through a patio roof. She should be severely injured, if not dead. Which, if that were the case, would make me respect this movie more by actually killing off one of its main characters and going down the black comedy route. Although that would require some intelligence, something that the other woman is clearly lacking in. But seriously, you don't just magically survive falling through a roof. This is real life, not a bloody cartoon. The ladies continue to investigate Mark, and after Amber hacks into his computer, because that's a thing she can do now, apparently, they discover that he's been invested in startup companies while stealing from them at the same time.
This is a list of all of the startup companies that Mark has invested in. 3 are offshore, but only 1 was a blind filing. No board of directors. It has a P.O. box for an address, and it's been operating at a total loss in the Bahamas.
My God, Mark really is a monster. I mean, just having him commit adultery wouldn't be evil enough. Oh no, the other woman is a better chick flick than that. And it's not like these ladies would have actually made him suffer in painful anal agony just because he cheated on them, right? I mean, that would just be petty and pointless and really fucked up when you think about it. In case you haven't figured it out by now, these characters are horrible people. However, Things start to go downhill for these partners in crime when Kate finds herself falling back in love with Mark again. So needless to say, Carly and Amber exposing Mark's fraud kind of upsets her.
I was with the board last night and they seem really happy. Mark is making them rich. He's stealing, Kate.
I just think that it's more complicated than we thought.
You slept with him, didn't you? One night, you go right back to being a Stepford? What am I supposed to do? I don't. You must have literally screwed your brains out.
If you had something to lose, you would understand how hard this is for me.
Like a cheating husband of my own?
You stop.
You know,
Yes. Unleash your internalized misogyny. Bring out the worst in each other. Prove to everyone that you're not as subversive as you think you are by once again conforming to the status quo of woman versus woman. Female friendship is alive! But then again, I'm not too upset by Kate and Carly coming to blows, because technically she did stalk her at the beginning of the film, and she was also the one who started the whole let's get revenge on Mark thing in the first place. See, this isn't a very good dramatic turning point because I honestly can't tell whether these characters are supposed to be sympathetic, when to me they still haven't earned that right. Carly and Phil go out on a date together in yet another supposedly romantic yet completely inconsequential scene. But they do get to talking about Kate, as Carly starts to realise that maybe she was being too hard on her, and in the very next scene it's also revealed that Kate is actually having doubts about staying with Mark. And so they become friends again. Okay, this is now the second time that these two have fallen out and made up because Kate won't leave her husband. Are you fucking kidding me with this repetitive nonsense? Mark heads off to the Bahamas on another of his so-called business trips, and Kate decides to follow him there in the hopes of exposing him. She reunites with Carly and Amber at the airport, and they explain to her what Mark has secretly been up to all this time.
guess whose signature is all over the service circuit paperwork? Mark's. No.
Yours.
He used you to create the company. The son of a bitch put everything in your name. They're gonna come after you first, okay? You're his fall guy.
You can even go to jail.
I can't go to jail. Oh, no. Turn the car around. Turn the car around. No.
Mark.
No, I have soft hands and a small mouth. I will be the bottom. I don't want to make license plates.
Yeah, jail sounds scary, no shit, but I can't help but wonder whether your motivation for doing the right thing ought to be the company's being defrauded as you speak, rather than your own fears of becoming the next Piper Chapman. Way to be a selfish twat, Kate. And it seems that the film has finally remembered Carly as a lawyer and realised that, hey, maybe her legal expertise could be useful in taking down Mark. Who'd have thought? No time to say I told you so though, because now that the ladies are in the Bahamas together with a plan to take down their man, this calls for a celebration. Can you guess what kind of celebration? That's right! Friendship montage! Woo! But this scene isn't completely lacking in substance, because while Kate is cozying up on the dance floor with this random hunk, Amber decides to ask Carly for some romantic advice.
I just started seeing someone. It's completely crazy, and I don't know where it's going. But we just have that twinkle, you know?
It's her dad, isn't it? You're dating Carly's dad. Sorry, but this film is so dumb I can see future punchlines coming from a mile away.
You know what? I think the best thing to do is just not think about it too hard. As long as it works, it doesn't really matter why.
I used to be a lonely, jaded cynic who couldn't face having my heart broken by the man I loved. But thanks to you, Amber, I'm better now. And we're going to break his heart together. You know, I'm getting sick of all these bloody cutesy friendship montages. Could we please cut to something quiet? Oh, thank you. Nope, not working. Sorry, but I'm just bored. How come even the intelligent, introspective moments in this film are hard to watch? An oblivious Mark returns from his trip and decides to pay Carly a visit at work. He's greeted at reception by Lydia, who, by the way, is also in on the whole revenge scheme all of a sudden, and she leads him to the conference room, where he's shocked to see not one woman, but all three of them.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Oh shit. So here we are, the climax of the movie, the big face-off between the ladies and Mark. There's a slight chance this film just might be able to save itself in the final act. After all, this is what the whole plot has been built up to, so maybe, just maybe, we might get to see something good happen, right? Don't push your luck.
Mark, you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
And no matter how many women you sleep with, nothing will ever be enough to fill up that hole inside of you where something real should be. If you weren't as disgusting as you were, I probably would have never known that I needed to change. I realized that with you.
You're so much better now, though.
Thank you.
We're such good friends.
What is this?
Divorce papers.
You girls think you're gonna shake me down for all my money? You're crazy.
Not all, just half.
Although we did have to significantly reduce your share.
What is this on here?
You mean the money you stole from Service Circuit?
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's funny, neither did I. But sadly, I had to empty those accounts, so you're broke.
Empty what? What are you talking about?
And then Mark's boss Nick walks through the door to announce that he's firing him and replacing him with Kate, as most of his ideas were originally hers. Doesn't necessarily mean that she has the right business skills to take on his old position, but whatever.
What's this? This is some kind of joke? What, you're firing me now?
Firing you, that's the least of it. The only reason you're not going to prison is because your wife gave all the money back.
What bullshit! Even if they gave the money back, at least one of those companies could still be planning to sue Mark right this second. He's still a thief.
No, you're all lying. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. Global bullshit. I call bullshit bullshit!
Nikolai is just hamming it up right now. It's like he knows that this movie is only aimed at the least evolutionary advanced of humanity, so he's making the most of his time in front of the camera by trying to give the most memorably batshit insane performance.
That's my money! No!
The fuck?
You're right. Can't be right. It's a trick. No! That's my money! You won't get away with this. You won't get away with it!
Holy shit! I mean, wow, it's even worse than those last two accidents. I mean, I know he's supposed to be the villain and all, but I'm honestly a little concerned right now. Is no one here going to do anything like call the cops or get a damn first aid kit? Is anybody going to intervene at some point? Because I'm not sure how much more of this I can take. They really aren't doing anything about it. It's all played for laughs. Oh, I mean, it's all played for laughs. I get it. Just like all those lazy jokes making fun of women being hysterical, all those jokes about depression, and all the slut-shaming jokes, boob jokes, fart jokes, poop jokes, transphobia, possible rape jokes, and who knows what else. The sight of a grown man repeatedly crashing into glass walls and having his whole life ruined without any nuance at all, in a situation which could have been easily resolved if only the writers gave two shits about how real human beings actually behaved in the outside world. It's supposed to be funny. Comedy of the year, chick flick of the century. How the fuck did this movie get made? You know, watching this god-awful scene has made me realise just why it is that The Other Woman is a complete and utter fail. This movie wants so bad to be the anti-romantic comedy, and its plot sounds like a desperate attempt to break the norm of what people usually expect from such a derided genre. The seemingly perfect relationship at the beginning of the film is revealed to be a dud, thanks to the infidelity of Mark, a rich, successful and charming man that would normally be the main love interest in any other film, but whom ultimately turns out to be a manipulative and selfish criminal. And as I mentioned previously, the female protagonists each represent individual, stereotypical tropes not uncommon in chick flicks, and the film itself seems self-aware of this, yet tries to avert the negative implications by showing these characters discovering their inner strength in order to defeat Mark while befriending each other in spite of their differences. On paper, this all makes sense, and under the hands of the right creative team, could equal feel-good cinematic gold. However, what the other woman doesn't seem to realise is that the reason why some people don't like chick flicks has less to do with their predictable formula and more to do with the quality of the films themselves. In other words, just like any other bad movie out there. Shocking, right? If you want your idea to be a game changer, then put more effort into it and stop being such a conformist tryhard. Otherwise, you'll end up like this dumb piece of shit here. Thank God the movie's almost over though. Could we at least see Mark suffer one more time just for our whimsy?
Whoa, hey, buddy, I'm here. Stop, come on, it's barely in the red. It's a $300,000 car, asshole.
I guess you can afford it then.
Drive this car. How could this day get any worse? What?
Thank you. Wait a minute, I know Mark lost his job and he's bankrupt now, but has he really been defeated in the end? I mean, he probably comes from a wealthy background, or at the very least has friends in high places, so there's nothing stopping him from getting his revenge by swiping the money back from everyone. Oh no! I just came up with the plot to the sequel! And so our film ends with a quick epilogue showing where our three main characters are now. Starting with Kate, who's now the CEO of several companies, then Carly, who's expecting a baby with Phil. If this were a better Cameron Diaz movie, then it actually would have ended with Carly and Kate falling in love and running away together to raise their unborn child, which was conceived using the body and sperm of John Malkovich. But beggars can't be choosers. I can almost see everyone's character development here. Kate has gotten over her insecurities and financial woes to run a successful business empire. Carly is no longer judgmental and has now entered a loving relationship with a nice man. Now what about Amber? How does her story end? That's it? She's dating Carly's dad? Did nothing else happen in her life? Wow, I am oh so glad to have witnessed the natural progression of Amber's character arc from bubbly blonde to the same bubbly blonde as before, only this time she's married to a man in his 60s. Okay, there was that one time where she could apparently hack into computers even though it's never expanded or brought up again, but hey, fuck giving her debt for anything. You may have noticed I barely talked about Amber during this review. Well, that's because she does jack shit in the movie. Either Carly or Kate could have fulfilled some of the parts that she plays throughout the story, and nothing would have been affected by her absence. So what have we learnt, ladies? If your man cheats on you, get together with your gal pals and physically torture him for a few months. Not only will you get away with it, but you'll also get everything you've ever wanted, and all your dreams will come true. Don't thank me. Thank the Hollywood cash cows that sold this shit to women everywhere and will probably continue to do so till the end of time. That was The Other Woman, and this is the reason why chick flicks get a bad name. It tries to subvert the cliches of most films aimed at women, only to replace them with something even more tasteless and predictable. The story's all over the place and barely tries to maintain anything closely resembling a plot, and the comedy's belittling to every cast member involved. While the supporting cast is occasionally fun to watch, and I give the film props for at least attempting to explore themes of sisterhood and getting through life without a man, but these minor sparks of intelligence are too often overshadowed by the offensive humour and dialogue, which the writers clearly took less effort, yet more enthusiasm, into focusing their movie around. But the big reason why The Other Woman sucks is because of its main heroines. Carly, Kate and Amber are badly written, by the numbers cardboard cutouts of what Hollywood executives think women act like at best. and at worst, they are three of the most unsympathetic, hypocritical characters in the whole film, who somehow managed to make Mark's inevitable karmic punishment look like a straight-up murder attempt. This could almost be funny in an intentional black comedy kind of way, but Cameron Diaz, Leslie Mann and Kate Upton just aren't charismatic enough to pull it off, and their lack of on-screen chemistry doesn't help either. In a way, I suppose The Other Woman did succeed in becoming the anti-romantic comedy, but only because it fails to be either romantic or comical. Now, if you'll excuse me, I just spiked my ex-boyfriend's drink with some laxatives, and let me tell you, there's going to be one hell of a shitstorm tonight. This is Poindexta, and this is the end of the review. Oh.